Hey, how you doing? It's great to see you here. Thanks for joining me for this week's episode of Martin's Monday Pedal Playthrough. I'm Martin Cliffe. I'm coming to you from my studio here in Bucharest, Romania. And in this series, we take one of the many pedals from my collection, play through it with a Tele and a Les Paul, to give you kind of familiar base for what it sounds like. Just explore some of the sounds available. It's not really a review, it's not really a demo. These are pedals that I've mostly had quite a long time, but yeah, hopefully we'll have a bit of fun with it. So grab yourself a refreshing beverage and join us for the ride. So we're continuing our look at Zander Circuitry pedals from Alex Miller in the UK. This is the American Geek, which is a high-gain fuzz machine. It's based on a Big Muff, or a whole variety and a range of Big Muffs, I believe. The old Electro Harmonix pedal, one of the earliest kind of modern fuzz pedals. There's nothing subtle about a Big Muff, and there's nothing subtle about this pedal. It has your standard engaged foot, such a gain control, a level control, but instead of a tone control, or I believe it was a filter or something on the original muff, this has 4 different filter options, so you can really tweak your tone. And rather than start at 12 o'clock, this point where filters 1 and 2 are at 3 o'clock and filters 3 and 4 are at 9 o'clock, seemed to work best for the tone I was getting. And it has this typical Zander Circuitry variable diode clipping kind of option. It's a really loud pedal, so I've had to take the level quite a way down, even on clipping mode 1. And then it has a max gain switch. So whatever you're doing, if you want complete sonic insanity, you can hit that and it will just boost everything. And there's so much low end on this pedal. It's a lot of fun to play, but getting that kind of beefy, ballsy sound out of a bridge pickup on a Telecaster is something that is unusual, shall we say, and a lot of fun. So you heard it. Let's just give you the clean tone to. Now, one thing this type of fuzz does is it does remove some of the subtlety of your guitar, so there's not as much difference between the bridge pickup sound and the neck pickup sound when you're going through a pedal like this as you would get from a light overdrive or something like that. You do get a little bit more brightness, obviously, because of the nature of where the pickup is on the guitar, but it's definitely a more subtle kind of difference. But yeah, just on that number 1 sound. Let's just hit that max gain switch for fun. Now obviously you can pull the gain down. But then it completely disappears. Which makes me think it's acting a bit more like a biasing kind of thing. So below about 10 o'clock, not terribly useful, at least in this mode. Filter 1 all the way down, nothing comes through. They're quite interactive, these filter controls. is kind of experiment with them and find the tone that works best for you. Let's now have a look at some of these different diode options. There's silicon, there's LED, there's a no clipping mode, which is really loud. So I can't remember what the other three are, but let's find out. Number 2 is a little bit more kind of fizzy, traditional fuzzy sounding, a little bit more mellow. Number 3 is a lot louder, has a whole lot more low end. 4 is a bit quieter again, noisy. Quite low endy. Okay, 5, a bit lower gain again, a bit more overdrivey really. And then 6, without any clipping diodes, should be louder and cleaner. But definitely fatter and not as natural. That surprised me that they responded like that, just because I've only just reviewed the Cranium, which you'll have seen last week or the week before, and the numbers were very, very different in the way they responded. But let's plug in a Les Paul and see how it responds to a guitar with humbuckers. So that was on setting number 1. I just tweaked the controls a little bit to more suit the guitar. Let's go again through these different modes. But saying you just in the guitar change cut had to perform a little emergency surgery on this, in that the rotary switch, the knob came loose, so it's just a little screw in the back. But just the nature of that type of switch, because you're going to use it a lot. Sometimes you just need to check that your knobs are tight. Okay, so that was 1. 2, noisier, so probably more gainy. Definitely more low end. Is faster, more beefy, but a little bit more natural sounding. No more noise, which is good. So 4 and 5 are to me the sounds that sound most like that typical old school big muff sound. I don't know whether that's the case, but that kind of tone that I have never personally searched for seems to be found more that kind of big woolly sound. I'm thinking maybe like Smashing Pumpkins, Dinosaur Jr. I don't know, just a tone that doesn't necessarily resonate with me, but I can see that a lot of people would like that kind of tone. So let's now go to number 6 and see what that does. way louder. Yeah, definitely got still very much that kind of synthetic, almost zippery feel to it. That wasn't quite what I was expecting from that position, but that's cool. Yeah, as I say, fuzz is very much something where people have very different preferences. My taste in fuzz is probably completely different from your taste in fuzz. So yeah, really cool, really versatile pedal, has lots of flexibility. It does take a lot of tweaking. It's not the sort of thing that you could kind of get out of the box. I mean, you might find the sound you like really quickly, but then switching between multiple tones, particularly if you're switching between different types of guitars, would be a little bit tricky. So when I've used this, and I've used this for a couple of things, including a musical I did at one point, I found a very specific tone that I liked. I did use, I think, the max gain at one point just for some general chaotic distortion, but yeah, it's not something that would be my only drive pedal or even my only fuzz pedal on a board necessarily, just because for me I like a kind of set and forget pedal, and this has a huge range of options, but it does take a little bit of time to learn and a little bit of time to find it. But there you go, the American Geek boutique pedal from Zander Circuitry. The pedal line has been revised since I got these, so they're in a smaller enclosure now. Still, I imagine the same great quality, maybe even some extra features, so worth checking out. But yeah, definitely a cool set of pedals. So thanks for watching. I hope your coffee's not gone too cold. Before you go, make sure you click that thumbs up icon to give us a like down below. Subscribe if you're not already, and comment about if you've ever tried this pedal or any other thoughts. Take care, see you next time.